the team's a team.
So we just wondered how you guys were going to pick for the predictions at the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the team is the team. I'm positive about the approach, the rhetoric, the confidence, and the track record, I suppose, which is why he's got the job of the manager. The rest of it, I think, will take time. It shouldn't be that difficult for international experienced players to navigate moving to a back three. There are small situations you have to work on, like offside traps and dropping in spaces between the centre-halves, blah, 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 and how far the wing-backs push up and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I've played wing-back. You know, as a midfielder, I played wing-back at times for Scotland. As a midfielder, I had to go back and do a job in a right-sided centre-back of a back three for Scotland in Belarus when we were struggling for players. It's not ideal, but it's not as difficult as people would make out. I mean, you just got to figure it out and understand the game and work with your other partners. So it can be done, but it might just take a little bit of time, and they don't have the best of defenders. They don't have the quickest of defenders, particularly when you look at Matthias de Ligt in there. And you can only play him in the middle. You really couldn't put him out to the left or the right where he would be exposed to a wing-back pushing on, and then all of a sudden he's facing a wide guy, because he'll get ripped to shreds more often than not. So he has to be the guy that's controlling, you know, Martinez and Lindelof. He has to be this captain and leader that he was when he was a teenager in Holland. That's gone. That seems to have gone away now. He's short of confidence. He hasn't played well for a while. But he has to get that back in this system where he's got Martinez on a rope here and Lindelof on a rope there, right? And he's making sure they're in the positions that he needs them to be. That's a starting point. He's controlling that back line as the middle guy of the three.
What happens if these players don't fit your style? Like, how stubborn is he going to be from what we've just heard him saying now?
I totally get what Frank's saying. And it comes down to whether, and I'm not suggesting this is going to happen, if United don't pick up any wins and they're getting 3 or 4 defeats in a row, of course he's not going to get the sack before people start jumping on me. But then he's got to make a decision. Do I continue with the back three in bad times whilst not getting results? Or do I make a change to try and get us further up the table and possibly into Europe at some point? You know, that's the kind of decisions that he'll have to make. It's not going to be whether I'm going to save my job like Erik ten Hag. He was doing things to save his job at the end of it. It's not like that. But he'll have to make a decision whether he changes a side and a shape, if it's not working, to get results in the short term until he can get players in the long term. That's a question that I can't answer, because 1, we don't know the results, and 2, we don't know how stubborn he is going to be in terms of the way that they're going to play.
I think that's dependent on the expectations of Amorim. And as we sit right now, I don't think there are any, or should be, that many outside of make Manchester United a more solid outfit, make them more difficult to beat, show some signs of progress. Now, we sit here and all the talk for the last 2 weeks, thanks to the international break, was Manchester United are only 4 points outside of the top 4, whatever it is. So therefore, that's within touching distance. Well, that's all well and good. I don't think that's his immediate remit. This is not his squad. This is not a squad built to play the system that he is. And while he's saying all the right things, I think the only realistic expectation is that he makes United a more solid outfit and then can build from there. Everything else is just icing on the cake.